Of the background, as you know, from late 2024, there started being legal issues in relation to the ownership of the organization. And what some hijackers sought to do is they started to go one to IEC, that's a separate matter, the other to CIPC, that's also a separate matter that deals with the MPC. So these thugs started to go and deregister the rightful directors from the organization. We would get messages from CIPC to say, Comrade so-and-so, you are now resigning. Can you please accept the resignation? Upon receiving that, we would of course naturally run to CIPC, query that particular resignation. And we've been having that back and forth. Almost every 3 or so weeks, we'd go to CIPC, make the necessary corrections by proving that we are the rightful directors of the organization. But it got to a point, comrades, where it had to be dealt with once and for all. So when we looked at the matter and realizing that we're playing a tennis game of back and forth, who's the director, who's not the director, who registered who and who didn't, we sought to find closure to this matter through the courts, which is what we did, comrades. So we approached the courts, we submitted our documents, and we're here to tell you and inform you that we have been successful. So per the results of the court, we have been reinstated as the rightful directors. The CIPC also, per on their website, as we've picked up today as well, the reinstatement has happened.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to Nizaluji. Welcome to another epic episode. I hope you're having a very good, fantastic day. So I want us to talk about Jabulani Kumalo. So Jabulani Kumalo has been reinstated and he is back to be the MK party director, and he vows to clean up the party. So will Jacob Zuma and his daughter Duduzile and other members who were forcibly put there in the MK party be fired? Is that possible? Yes, it is possible. Jabulani is no longer an ex-MK party member, but he is now one of the board chairs, one of the directors in the MK party. It means legally so, Jabulani is still the member and the owner of the MK party. Jabulani Kumalo, back as an MKP director, vows to clean up the party. MK party founder Jabulani Kumalo claims victory in a leadership battle against Jacob Zuma's allies, vowing to purge thugs, restore order, and take back control of the party he created. The real founder of the MK party, Jabulani Kumalo, has been reinstated as a director of uMkhoto Wesizwe party, NPO, along with others after his fraudulently removal. In his latest interview with Biz News, he describes how the urgent legal application had to be withdrawn after it admitted that it had already been reinstated by the Commissioner of Companies and Intellectual Property Commission, CIPC.
That's what we were teaching. We were teaching them yesterday. We went to court, and then we were accepted to have an agent hearing on our application, which was sitting yesterday. We went to court yesterday to show the world that these people are thugs. They are forgeries. They forge everything they want to do. They want to do it in a dark way. So when we go to the court, at the same time we had the application with the CIPC, we lodged our case at their, what we call them, they call themselves, but they're ones that are dealing with all the complaints. So we were waiting for them to tell us what is the next step. Whilst we were waiting, they decided that when they went and said, they decided that no, it was wrong for us to be removed from the NPC. So they reinstated us, and I was not aware of that. So when we were in court, that's when we found out that we have been reinstated. Because we didn't have the information at hand, we then asked one of our comrades to check if we are indeed restored into the system. We found out that we are reinstated. Then we alerted the senior counsel that this is what we're getting. Can you be able to deal with it? He said, no, we need to tell the judge that this is the situation. That's where the whole thing started. Now, what the judge said is that if we are now reinstated, what is the reason for you to come before me and tell me that you were removed when you are already restored? You said, no, but this thing shouldn't have come now. You should have withdrawn the case on the day when you received the certificate. Unfortunately, we didn't get the certificate from Thursday. We didn't get the certificate Friday until the whole weekend, until yesterday morning. That's what the senior counsel was trying to tell the court. But the court said, no. On the certificate, it says you were restored on the 11th, meaning on the 12th, you should have received the certificate. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So because of that, the court said you need to pay costs because the other parties came to court, and because of that, you have to bear the cost.
So finally, Jabulani Kumalo finds justice. Now he is back as a director. He's in control as the owner of uMkhoto Wesizwe party. So what does that mean? That is what I want us to discuss about today, to say that what does it mean, this new move of Jabulani Khumalo, what does it mean exactly, and what is the future like when it comes to Jacob Zuma, Duduzile Zuma, and others in the MK party who have fired Jabulani Kumalo before. So this is very interesting of what is happening there. So I want us to talk about what the Pretoria High Court's decision was, because it gave a lot of a wrong impression, especially after Jabulani Kumalo went to BizNews and said that they won the case, right? So Jabulani can say that, but that was not the decision that came from the High Court. It came from the CIPC. So if you don't know what is the CIPC, it is the company under the Department of Trade and Industry that has to do with company registrations. So the CIPC, you have to register with them in order for you to start a company, as now the MK party is the company. So now Jabulani Kumalo took this now to court, right, on the 19th of June. And what the court said was that already he is reinstated to the position, but he didn't know, so the case now had to be dismissed, right? So a lot of people said that no, but this was a victory when it comes to Jabulani Kumalo. It was the court's decision. And the argument on the video that I've made a few days back was saying that it was not the court's decision, it was the CIPC's decision to reinstate Jabulani Kumalo. So now the problem here was that Jabulani Kumalo was not aware that already the CIPC has retained their name back as the owners of uMkhoto Wesizwe. So that is what now the shift and what a lot of us, we did not understand, because there were people who were writing to say that no, but he won the case. And when he got there to BizNews, he said that he won the case. So to him, yes, he won, because this is what he was fighting for. He was fighting to be brought back, to be reinstated to the position of the MK party. So, and now he vows to say that he wants to clean the house.
Here before me and the other parties here, there's no other way, but I must penalize you. Then we were penalized not because we lost the case. In actual fact, we won the case because we are back as directors in the NPC. We are the majority. Those that parachuted themselves in there, we're going to take a decision on them because now we've got the power. People should not worry. We will deal with that. It's internal, but very soon those thugs will be out of our party and will be out of our company. We don't want thugs within the leadership of uMkhoto Wesizwe. Hence, we are saying we will clean each and every person that is coming into the organization clandestinely. We are not going to accept it. We are very, very sure of what we are doing. After cleaning out all these people that wants to parachute themselves and become directors and founders of the organization, we'll take the party and give it back to the original people, and the people must start working freely without fear.
Says that there are some thugs that will need to be removed from the MK party. So this is what I called Jabulani Khumalo's vengeance. So Jabulani Kumalo is back and he's taking no punches back, and he's saying that he will deal with those who have forged some people there illegally. So, and now he's back to say that he's full control, he's in full control. And it's not only him, by the way, there are others also, the board of directors, right, who were dismissed by the MK party, who were part of Jabulani Khumalo's bid to be the owners of uMkhoto Wesizwe. So will Jacob Zuma now be fired as the party owner, as he claims that this party belongs to him? Will Duduzile now exit the party, being chased out by Jabulani Kumalo? It's very interesting because now a company director is a member of the board of directors responsible for overseeing the company's management and strategic direction. They are entrusted with ensuring the company's long-term success and compliance with legal and regulatory requirements. Directors have a fiduciary duty to act in the company's best interest and can be held personally liable for their action. Key responsibilities: strategic oversight. Directors set the company's overall vision, mission, and strategic goals. Decision making: they make major decisions at board meetings, including those related to finances, operation, and investment. Compliances: directors are responsible for ensuring the company compliances with all applicable laws and regulations. They oversee systems for making and mitigating risk. Directors ensure accurate and timely financial reporting. They establish, maintain ethical standards, and promote good corporate governance. Directors build and maintain a relationship with shareholders, employees, and other stakeholders. So that is simply the role of what Jabulani Kumalo will be playing in the MK party. Speaking currently in the media interview on Thursday, Kumalo offered a guided endorsement of Shivambu's rumored departure from the MK party, stating, "Well, I will congratulate Floyd Shivambu if he leaves the MK party. But I want to say that whatsoever he does, he must not make a mistake of taking the style of Jacob Zuma to be a boss over the people." Khumalo's remarks came days after Shivambu revealed he was launching a consultative process to explore the formation of a new political movement, despite confirming that he remains a member of the MK party for now. Shivambu's statement have fueled speculations of an imminent split, especially as internal ideological differences appear to be widening. So this was a very interesting development because Jacob Zuma and Jabulani Kumalo, they are bitter enemies. They don't get along. But for Jacob Zuma's side, he will need now to settle down and to have that talk with Jabulani Kumalo. They will have to reach a settlement, because if things continue like this, Jabulani Kumalo, even himself, is not safe in this. Legally so, he can be now the rightful owner of MK party, legally so. But now the question is, will the MK party members accept him, especially those who follow Jacob Zuma? Will they accept him to the party to lead the structure, to control the structure, and to be in charge? That is the big question. And on the side of Jacob Zuma, it means Jabulani now has the right that he can fire people out of uMkhoto Wesizwe. And Jabulani Kumalo also can close down the shop. He can close uMkhoto Wesizwe, not for it to exist if he wants to, because legally so, he is the owner. On the certificate from the CIPC, he is the rightful owner of uMkhoto Wesizwe. So that is what Jabulani was fighting for, to be in control. So a lot of things now will be controlled by Jabulani Kumalo. It means that he has to be involved in things when it comes to the board members of uMkhoto Wesizwe, meaning he has to have a say when it comes to finances, when it comes to who's appointed, when it comes to investors. Jabulani Kumalo will need to be there with Jacob Zuma. So Jacob Zuma will have now to strike a deal with Jabulani Khumalo. He has to return back to the table and say, okay, legally so, now this political party, the powers are in your hands that you can now close shop to this political party. You can fire us, but let us strike a deal now to say that this is your role, this is our role, so that we keep things moving. Or else a lot of MK party members will be disappointed by the outcome of what can transpire. Because if Jabulani Kumalo, this ill treatment or mistreatment that is happening, injustices according to his side that's happening, if it persists and continues, he will just do what is unthinkable to the MK party. He will he will fight back. And now remember, he has all the powers that he needed. He can close the MK party down. There will be no MK party that will be participating, and this will be just the biggest loss to those who don't want him to the leadership of the MK party, and to Jacob Zuma and Duduzile Zuma. It will be the biggest loss ever in history, and this will be embarrassment from their side. So they will need now to settle the score and call Jabulani and sit down with him and talk with him, because legally so, he is the rightful owner of uMkhoto Wesizwe. The famous say that I always say is that if you start anything using lies, it will caught up with you, it will backfire. But if you start anything using the truth, you are safe for the future and for future security. So for the sake that there was backstabbing, there was the MK party fought for position, and there were people illegally who were removed from the side of the MK party. Now it's caught up with them to say that there are some things when you first begin we didn't do correctly. So now the truth and the lies are exposed. So meaning Jabulani Kumalo, as much as you as the MK party member, you can hate on him, but he was fighting for his right as to say that I am the one who came up with this idea and I own this political party. And now legally so, that has been proven to be correct. It doesn't have to do with anything concerning with your feelings, how you feel about him, you hate him, you don't like him. But legally so, now he is recognized as one of the board of directors in the MK party. So the MK party is facing some greatest challenges. On the other side, it is Floyd. On the other side, it's Jabulani Kumalo. On the other side, now it will be the IEC now on their tail, right, on what Floyd has revealed. So there are many forces now that can shut down the MK party if things persist and continue to go as they are going. So what do you think Jacob Zuma and Duduzile will do about this matter of Jabulani Kumalo? Because Jabulani Kumalo is now back in the MK party, whether you like it or not. Please don't forget, you can leave a comment on the section below, and you can subscribe to this channel. Remember, we don't pay anything. It is just free of charge like that. Until we meet on the next video, and I'm out.